Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the Shanghai Major Qualifiers. We're taking a look at Game 2 here between LGD iG.V coming to you on your TV. And I did it twice. I did it beforehand. It sounded so good I had to do it again.
It was good the second time as well.
Thank you. I like it. But yeah, Game 2, we're going to be stepping into it in just a second. Blaze, you feel like you've been really excited about this matchup. What are you looking forward to in Game 2 here?
I'm looking forward to some iG.V aggression. They need it. They know that they can't just let Siler do Siler things. They have to actually put out some tempo, some pressure, make sure that if Siler is in any way a greedy carry, as he probably will be, and he's playing a hero that doesn't fight early, then you take the fight to him. And I think that there are a number of drafts historically that iG.V can use to try to kind of throw LGD off their groove in the early game. Of course, they still have to keep in mind what's going on in the mid lane, otherwise maybe probably will start stomping. Yseek didn't really get much momentum there with the Death Prophet, and yeah, I think that they have to keep an eye on all the lanes, but in particular, be more reactive to threats in the mid and be more proactive about what's going on in the enemy safe lane.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything Blaze said. Basically, like, you have to take LGD out of their comfort zone. They've established a very clear comfort zone of we're going to pick really strong tempo control, team fight, deep push, like everything except for a hard carry. Sylar will fill exactly that role. If you take him out of it, like the whole strategy is built around giving Sylar time. They've done it with the Sylar Morphlane. They've done it with the Sylar Terrorblade like 3 times now out of the, I think we've cast 4 of their games. Even if you lose the game, like you have to at least try that so you see how they respond to that type of aggression.
I mean, they've proven that they can do it if you end up giving them that space, which is exactly what you say. And I'm really curious to see what goes. I think that we have a draft that we're getting ready to pop on over into. And, I mean, yet again, there it does look like we are going to be hopping into it. And Faceless Void going to be taken again this time around.
Look at
Switch
that.
on over.
LGD banned the Air Spirit.
Huh.
That
And the Night Stalker, too. That was actually a good point we made towards the tail end of the previous draft, is that they could really benefit from something that really ups the ante in terms of tempo, and Night Stalker could have been a great aggressive force. But
Did they ban it last game or no?
I can't recall, but it's definitely a different opener from both sides.
Well, and going for the Dazzle now, Darkseer, and the Zeus. I think also just, honestly, that silence is so good against any of those casting heroes, and with Zeus, it can really cripple him if you end up getting a long duration silence at any stage of the game, and that's really the power that brings to you. Darkseer, again, can be a little bit dangerous, but they've banned out the Oracle, so they're not going to be able to get that great ability to catch him in the offlane. Disruptor is still in the pool, which we haven't seen as often recently to counter out the Darkseer, just because we haven't seen as many Darkseers. But what do you think about that matchup, the Darkseer versus the Disruptor, with a couple of other supports and a carry down there?
That's tough. I mean, yeah, you have a lot of ways to combo it up and make things happen. Obviously, the Wyvern is not the go-to anymore, but I still feel like Void can play around that pretty well. So, like, although you're a little bit worried about some VAC combos here, especially the quick ones like Earthshakers, overall, I think that you still just look to make sure that your safe lane can farm against the Iron Shell. You don't get the Oracle. They ban that out. That you don't get the Morph lane. They have a waveform over. So I think you go back for the Juggernaut here. You spin on the creep wave. You take down the Iron Shell cleanly, and that means the Darkseer gets less momentum in the laning phase.
Well, they're trying to ban out. They're basically taking the approach of, we know what LGD has been comfortably winning with, which is like just 4 Protect 1, Sylar, Terrorblade, or Morphlane. They haven't played that many games, but that's been the entire strategy. Let's take away his heroes. Let's try to pick in a way that allows us to be aggressive in the mid game, and then let's see what LGD does to react. So they already have Void Zeus, and they have run the offlane Zeus as well. I don't know if they'll do it with the Void pick at this point. It looks more likely to be a maybe Zeus. There's like that slight chance of a support Zeus as well, but I'm leaning at this point towards probably offlane Zeus for RTK and, or sorry, offlane Void for RTK and then the Zeus mid for maybe.
Yeah, I would say that's most likely. We haven't seen much of either from RTK, but they haven't played that much on 6.86 either. So, no, I think the Void offlane makes the most sense. Yes, he can carry. There are a couple builds that can be really strong in terms of specific timing windows, but I think just the most tried and true thing that Vici Gaming kind of put out there and everybody's been emulating is that offlane Void.
So yeah, probably there we're gonna see the Zeus mid, Witch Doctor supporting for LGD, and just overall this is kind of well-rounded. Like they're able to put damage into the Chronosphere with the Death Ward with some lightning, and just in general I feel like LGD are going to have a really well-balanced lineup.
They're building around the Chrono for sure, but I think to echo your point, they also are just strong lanes in general. Zeus,
Definitely.
not going to win his lane, but he'll get his farm. Doesn't need all that much help if he's in the mid lane. Void will live for the most part, and Witch Doctor is obviously a great laning support. So they're also building for a pretty strong laning stage.
One of the things I was thinking about is in the last game, we saw the control mainly coming out by virtue of the ultimates. Now you're seeing both sides prioritize a little bit more heavily stuns as well as disables coming out. So Witch Doctor, a great stun coming out and paralyzing cask. Not only is he going to help you win your lane, but in the later stage of the game, like depending upon the RNG of it, that can just be devastating in terms of a team fight, particularly if you end up getting around areas where there aren't a ton of creeps. And then likewise, Lion, really great for that initiation, being able to possibly, if Faceless Void goes there and he does his little like super bicep flex thing to try and raise up the Chronosphere. If you're able to get off the Hex beforehand, then you're going to be able to disable him in the middle of it.
Yeah, and I feel like this Lion is kind of like buffer pick. Like essentially, they still want to figure out more of what LGD is trying to do with their draft. They don't want to just pick up a mid or a carry blindly without knowing exactly what LGD are going to be able to bring to bear against it.
This is LGD. This could definitely just be an Ember that they're holding off on picking.
Sure.
You've already got Chrono to set him up. Zeus can easily go to an off-lane role and could be a safe lane Void, and then maybe plays the one position.
Yeah.
So I think Lion, to echo your point, is a great buffer pick here.
Yeah, he's well-rounded. He's not the best pick here for sure, but he is going to enable a lot. Gyrocopter along with Juggernaut are still in the pool, both probably the most common carries you're going to see. So Gyrocopter.
I mean, now you know their draft.
Definitely.
At this point, like, there's no big, wild card that LGD could play unless they're smoking some good shit.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, so I would say just go for like a good single target damage dealer for your carries there. I mean, Clinks isn't bad. Again, you can do. I mean, there's so much you can do.
I like Jug again. You've mentioned it. I think that this here is a hero that would be great in this combination. And the fact that they don't have right now a super defensive support to be able to keep Gyrocopter alive, particularly if you're able to get an Omni Slash on top of him, like it's not going to be in the laning stage, obviously, because they're going to be in the two safe lanes. But later stage of the game, Gyrocopter doesn't want to have to pick on up a Ghost Scepter.
Jug's not bad. Ember's really good with the Darkseer Ion Shell.
Totally.
There's very light lockdown from LGD aside from Chrono, which has a big windup. The instant cast animation on the Ember ult is pretty easy to get out of that. You can also Sleight of Fist to dodge it. So I like Ember. Trying to think what else combos really well with the Darkseer, because I feel like that's the big piece here for IG as far as their carry goes.
The other thing to keep in mind is there's a ton of magical damage, so you need to be able to have somebody that can deal with that potentially. And they're going to go for the TA since it's a lot of burst. I like that. That makes sense to me. You're just going to have to be careful with Gyrocopter getting on top of you, of course. But with Zeus ulti and Call Down, it seems decent.
The TA to me mostly seems just about the laning phase. TA versus Zeus is actually a really good matchup for the TA. Gets a stick early, unlimited refraction. Should be able to mitigate most of what Zeus is bringing. So I like, in general, the TA here for the purpose of winning out the mid lane. Side Blades with Vacuum is a thing. It's not great, but it is still going to be relatively effective. But most importantly, just getting close to that Gyrocopter, Meld Strike with Desolator, Finger of Death, that guy's gone. Like, Voodoo Restoration is a very gradual heal. It's not a life-saving tool in most cases. So in this case, I think that with the right items on TA, a Blink Dagger on the line, you might even be able to kill Gyrocopter before he can get a BKB off.
Yeah.
It's also not an auto win game if Gyro gets really farmed. Like TA can man mode Gyro pretty easily with equal farm if it's a 1v1. So Sylar can't solo carry this, but obviously the team fight is what LGD is banking on.
Well, and I think that BKBs, we've talked about it, they're definitely going to have to come out all across the board in this game. And because of that, I mean, Gyrocopter is going to get it anyways. I don't know. I feel like Zeus is probably going to need to get something like a Ghost Scepter for the TA. That's the problem with Zeus, is he just doesn't have that escapability. And maybe
just
a
getting
Force
Aether
Staff?
Lens, dude.
Oh,
Easy.
yeah.
Easy.
That's a good point.
Everyone's getting Aether Lens.
Curious
I actually think Zeus is like top 3 for that item right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's pretty much core on him. I'm curious what MMY is going to pick up here. Or usually DDC is running the Witch Doctor, so You still have, if you want to really build momentum, you can go with the Bounty Hunter. Not great with the Void in the off lane. They don't really set each other up very well. So more likely something like the Disruptor, or Disruptor just got banned out. So that leaves, as far as his top picks goes, just the Spirit Breaker. And yeah, that's it. That's the only hero that he frequently picks that's left in the pool after all the bans and picks are done. And they throw a curveball. Zeus support, Bat Rider, mid.
Huh. I like it. I mean, damage over time, why not? It's going to be hard to get on top of TA again, though. But if you do, she's going to go down, I think.
Yeah, it's actually really good to have Bat Rider versus TA.
You definitely needed another carry here. At least someone who can deal damage. You can't rely entirely on TA when you've got so much control, and refraction is pretty bad this game. In fact, it's like bottom 5% of games, I would say,
Yeah.
for TA. I got 20 seconds.
Okay.
His Majesty.
It works.
This is the counter to the Wombo combo. I love Wraithkin against these very like long cooldown ult-heavy lineups.
You drop a Chrono on him, drop a Flaming Lasso on him. It will bring him down once, but then they have nothing left for the second life.
And the lifesteal is great with TA.
Yeah, very solid.
The one thing that's a little bit tough about it is static field in the late game. I mean, Zeus is a support that's going to scale really well into the late stages, and also, you know, Zeus being a support there, being able to scout out TA, so you're going to be able to, you know, get the no longer meld striking to not get the kill. Those are things that are sort of nice little pieces of the Zeus support.
Happy little pieces.
Happy little pieces.
I feel like you could do a great Bob Ross.
Yeah, you know, Dakota actually challenged me to do a whole cast as Bob Ross, and
How
I
long
think I
did
need
you
to.
last?
I haven't done it yet, so I need to. And hopefully,
Brian, we're
Brian?
trapped.
Can you help us out
Let
here?
us out. Thank you.
woo. Yeah. Happy little trees are introduced into Dota 2. Just need to have a calming voice. It's all good. This isn't going to be the game for the Bob Rocks cast.
Are you sure? The last time you said it was going to be an action-packed game, it was 70 minutes of nothing? Well,
Oh,
not
jeez.
nothing, but farming.
Huh. Yeah, you never know.
Wow, I'm looking at QD's items. Black Z has picked up 2 mangoes, 2 fairy fires. Loves those new items. Just wakes up in the morning, makes himself a wonderful mango smoothie, and he's ready to play some Dota.
Yummy, yummy.
Pours hot sauce on the top. The fairy fire. Very nice.
I feel like Puck should get Fairy Fire. Because he's a fairy.
Just a free fairy fire for being Puck. That inventory is, it looks nice. It's very pretty.
Yeah,
It is.
it's something.
Not very effective.
Aesthetically pleasing, but...
No, I mean, Mango's obviously a pretty solid item on that hero.
He doesn't have any tangos though. Like he's really not expecting to get any
He's
pressure on
got
him.
support. He's got a dazzle with the heal. It's going to be fine. Don't you worry.
Well, they're going to be trading off for runes now, it looks like. Maybe Gyrocopter thinking about going in there. But that would definitely be a kill. The check to Roche to make sure that they're not level 1 Roshing. Not going to be this time around. Have we seen any of those in this tournament so far?
Not that I know of.
Have we seen a level 1 Roche in the past year?
Yeah, man. I think Complexity
haven't.
did one to get into...
A Starletter game, I think.
yeah.
It was
it
a tiebreaker best of 1 Starletter game, and they level 1 rushed.
It's beautiful. Beautiful.
So you won't do Bob Ross, but you'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
James Blunt, exactly. This lane up here, I mean, what do you think about Darkseer in the top lane there? Is there going to be enough to be able to kill him off? That's the lane I'm a little bit worried about Darkseer getting a lot in.
Oh,
More
going
importantly, hey, buddy.
Zeus, the one of the most vulnerable heroes you can get in the early game. He's already dead.
Oh, the long range stun by His Majesty. Beautiful.
Oh, I don't know if that's gonna work. He doesn't get the
RTK,
slow.
he might die.
Nah.
it's
He won't die, but he's just.
They have a Wraithkin stun. And the heal bomb. Void's still got pretty low base HP.
Yeah.
It's definitely a scary situation.
Look at those auto attacks. Like, he's got to actually be careful. Those mangoes, man. There's a Wraithkin stun.
Well, and it's damage over time for a lot of this, too, which Void doesn't deal
I'm pretty
tremendously
sure
well at.
as soon as that camera goes away, he's going to die. Yep, he's
Yep. Perfect call. I mean,
He's got mangoes, dude. You can't sleep on the mangoes. Come on now.
But yeah, that is Lion getting the kill there. Just stuns coming out, no problem at all. You can feed allies mangoes, of course, so like just getting the lion stun out there might be good. And he was right next to the creep wave, so a heal bomb was possible, though I don't think it came into play there.
Dazzle still right clicks like a beast as well.
Yeah, exactly. At 50 attack range, ever since that happened, I was just like, man, this hero is like the easiest to harass with.
The thing to keep in mind, though, is that last time around, LGD started off pretty bad. The laning stage did not go great for them, and then they were able to bring it back in the end. So you can't really sleep on them here at this stage. You got to keep an eye on it. It's something that can be really scary with the lineup that they've got. They scale well into the late game, and maybe just a little bit of nerves here. Despite the fact that both teams are going to be moving on into the next stage.
Is Batrider actually winning a lane? Maybe God.
Well, I mean,
It's actually a good matchup.
it is a really good matchup, even with the boots first, stick first.
Can we give him God status anyway? He's got a haste rune, by the way, so
Obligatory.
TA could die if she's not careful.
Yeah, and I actually think the Zeus is probably going to die twice more in the laning phase. Like, that hero is just so vulnerable, so slow, so squishy. You connect with one spell, you connect with all three, and you kill that hero off. So MOY just has to play like this most reserved game of Zeus you can imagine.
All of this comes back to the Darkseer, because you can't put the Zeus top, because Zeus is terrible against the Darkseer offlane as well. So he kind of has to go bottom by default, just so Gyro has like some kill potential with the Witch Doctor as well, but then he becomes a liability bottom instead.
And the side pull's working out really well for iG.V, just kind of denying the experience, delaying the Void 6.
Is he stacking up camps up there, or was he actually clearing it out? Zeus is not the hero to go Iron Talon, even though we've seen everybody else do it when the lane goes bad.
I like how Iron Talon has become the default reaction for the entire house anytime anyone dies in any game of Dota.
I mean, it works, right? The chain lightning, the jumping around over there.
You really don't want to spam it is the problem. Then you push out the lane and you can't even get experience anymore.
And I'm curious if they have sticks as well.
Oh, going in.
It's okay, Zeus is here. He'll definitely save our RTK.
A tough kill, though.
He might actually be able to time
Yeah.
us up, but he had to
Look
pop
at-
a Fairy Fire.
But he gets all his HP back so quickly. Like, they're
I mean, they can re-go on him.
Well,
It
does
didn't really
he-
cost them much.
Does he have to use another mango maybe for that, though?
Who's gonna get the rune?
Should be too. As said, Void going down again.
Oh, man.
Mangoes, double mango. He's only used one. He's got 9 stick charges.
Yeah, the Zeus helps him out there. Oh, plenty.
He wasn't even using. I mean, he wasn't even using chain lightning that much, to be fair.
Yeah. No, definitely. And you want to be able to bring him down, but there's no kill potential in this lane either. So I honestly wonder if it'd be worth it just to like do a tri-lane up top and try and pull a lot with Zeus instead. Does that, I mean, is he still too vulnerable to going down to the Darkseer in that case?
I mean, you don't pull Darkseer lanes very often just because
Yeah,
your
that's a good
power's
point.
pushed out so heavily already.
He just can't. There's no kill threat, so he can just get experience for free.
Yeah.
If it's that dual lane.
Yeah.
They could have tri-lane. Void might have suffered. I think the tri-lane still would have been better than this, though.
Zeus really just doesn't have a place to call home. Iron Talon may actually like be up like
The best possible item.
just go to a jungle. Just get your level 6 Zeus. I mean, as to support Zeus, all you have to do is get Thunder God's Wrath, and then you're pretty much as relevant as you need to be.
He is getting experience, though. Yeah, it looks pretty terrible for Lagandier, but it can definitely work out. Also, their Batrider is winning mid by a decent amount. Gyro, Sylar doing Sylar things and just wrecking his lane, as you would expect.
And none of the heroes on iG.V are inefficient right now. I mean, they're sort of consistently getting what they need. I didn't get a chance to see, but I'm assuming that there are some stacks in the jungle. Lion's able to sit there and just sort of zone out the void. And, I mean, even Darkseer now, level 4, but he's still going to be able to take on out that camp off to the side.
I'm really surprised how low Darkseer CS is. It was 6 and 0 just now. No denies on the Witch Doctor, so it's just been him having a really hard time connecting with the Iron Shells at all.
And on the other side, Gyro free farming
Right.
by far on top, which is, I mean, to me, just a credit to the dual lane and as well as Sylar specifically, keeping his farm up and keeping the Darkseer down. Void trying to jump away. It should be fine. Oh,
Nice little
maxing
rune
out
for him.
that crit. 113
Oh, really? On the
Wraith.
the Wraith
Yeah.
King? Huh.
Really?
Is that the build?
Didn't know it was, but
I haven't seen that build.
I mean we've seen double mango, double fairy fire opener from.
Okay, well that
That's true.
was legit. That's proofs in the pudding.
I feel like that can't be good, though. Like, the scaling up of the stun,
Is that an armlet rush?
I guess, maybe?
Maxing crit that
It might be
early.
so the line can farm the lane and the Wraith King can go jungle. Like, he has a really good jungle speed with phase boots and 3 crit.
Do you need the 3 points to jungle
You
effect?
don't need it, but it's more efficient.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you should get an Iron Talon then.
I
Yeah,
guess
definitely.
the thing that I'm
3.
wondering is, like, if you ended up getting more points in the stun, would you be finding more kills? I guess he doesn't need it because he's been finding the kills regardless. So I can't really hate him too much about it. But maybe meanwhile is going to have to run on out of here.
Oh, that tower's very low, but Darkseer looks to just palm it down.
I love that sound so much.
Oh, Sylar almost just like strolled in for the last. He's going for this. He's got called down. That's a kill.
I don't know.
Maybe not. They force out the TP.
Huh.
No, it's nighttime. If it's daytime, I think that's a kill.
Yeah.
Because you flak it, but because it's nighttime, you lose vision so quickly.
That's a good point.
Well, meanwhile, Gyrocopter 50 CS at 7.5 minutes. TA not that far behind.
Ooh,
Oh
nice.
my goodness. That is a stack and a
That's
half.
a blink dagger right there.
Yeah.
That's way more concerning than the Gyros farm, to be honest.
So who do you go on in this case? Is it a Wraith King play, or are you just going to try and go on and kill the TA?
Not the Wraith King.
Yeah.
Well, he has ult anyway. Any of the supports is good if you can isolate them. Try to stay away from the grave. TA is the ideal kill, like if you can just kill
Yeah.
anyone for free. But she's also the most likely to be expecting a gank, I would say. So just killing like a dazzle is totally fine at this point.
Smoke gonna be coming out here, most likely towards that mid lane. If they don't find anything, they'll go into the jungle and find something there. Yeah, this is where LGD need to start building momentum. They're gonna smoke up the Witch Doctor. This is out of mana, so maybe he joins the party, but only has just the one volley of spells with that Arcane Boot. And he's not even in the smoke. They just want to Witch Doctor it.
Level 5 Zeus at 8.5 minutes after chain feeds happening bottom. And there's the blink reveal. Should be a quick, easy kill on Boboka, and down he goes.
Good solid pickup. They knew. I mean, the Wraith King going into the jungle or just moving away from the lane seems obvious. So Lion being the easiest pick off for sure.
Normally you'd say it's good the support tanks the gank, but I feel like Wraith King's that one hero where he could actually die once, come back, and make it worth it.
What a play up in the top lane. They rotate him on over there, but
Get
he's
any
too
crits?
going to be able to get it.
Face boots.
No crits. That's the problem for the Wraith King there. He really is RNG dependent with that build.
Well, and so do you think that if he ended up going for more points in that stun there, they find that kill, or is
No.
that you don't think so?
They just need they need to pray harder. They need more RNG.
The frog is not hurting you.
Sad life. Well, I mean, it's not going
I mean,
terribly.
TA is definitely the key hero with this draft, like, and the way they're playing it. Yeah, Wraith King's maxing crit, but they have so much control for him. They've got Chrono, they've got the slow from the Time Walk, the Flame Break, the Napalm, the Cask, the Call Down. Like, Wraith King's not going to be just free right-clicking in fights unless something crazy happens. So
Gloves of Haste. We're looking at Midas. We're looking at Armlet. It's a very different style between the two.
well, Midas is playing into the LGD style, right?
Exactly.
I kind of I like the idea of Armlet better because it tells you what they're going to be going for. Now, you could go for like a Midas into Blink, and then you're going to be able to get extra damage off the back of the Ion Shell coming out from Darkseer.
This timing.
Yeah, this is really great. No, what is it? No, he wasn't able to get him. Did she meld right at that last second?
yeah.
Now going to be able to catch, and there's going to be a maybe follow-up stun. They are going to be
No
able
finger.
to catch, but just running away. There's the Zeus ulti coming in. Flame Break doesn't push them back, and I think that they're fine.
Yeah, she actually bottled the line there just to be sure, in case the Flame Break was higher level. But
That's still really big.
yeah.
They can't steal the Ancients. Killing the TA there is really bad for IG.
They'll try to control it, but even without Finger Death, I think they can still hold that position pretty well and take it back. There's obviously, like you said, LGD can't sit there all day, and they can't farm it, so.
Oh, they can sit there all day, but it wouldn't be a good move.
Just get a book.
There you go. Exactly. It's not Nature's Prophet cliff jungling, so they're going to have to head on back home.
I'm actually disgusted at how good that was.
Yeah.
And he's going Armlet, so there you go.
Yeah.
The-
Well, I mean, to me, like that's the main reason to max the crit first.
Yeah. Well, and also, like, you would probably go for the Midas recipe first, since it's the larger build-up. So seeing the Gloves of Haste, I feel like makes a lot of sense. But now, a 3-man Smoke Gate gone in. They did not use Flaming Lasso last time around. If they bring him out of position, there's the catch.
Should be 2
Move
kills.
it on back, and I think that
Protect
should
the
be enough.
king!
They end up having a Chrono, too,
Yeah,
if they need it.
He's mega dead twice.
These guys have obviously not played any chess. Like, they're just checkmated right here. King is going down. Nothing
But the
to
game
be done.
continues.
Well,
Yeah. I think they're also losing the denizen.
How interesting would chess be if you could choose which piece is the king?
They're fighting this.
Secretly? Yeah, they are actually going to go
You're
for
talking
it
about
here.
chess. They're talking about feeds.
Flame Break killed them off. They were able to get that one, and now dropping really low, though. They are hexed up. That's going to be a quick turnaround, but Gyrocopter's there in their face. So far, a 3-for-1. Looks like that's going to call it. My goodness.
Okay, so really good plays from LGD there with getting the 3 kills, obviously making the lasso work, and of course the Wraith King ultimate is a very long cooldown now. But back to more important points. What if in chess you could choose what piece is actually the king in secret? So you have like a random pawn on the side that's actually the win condition, but your enemy doesn't know it.
We need Winter here.
Well, then it would be Stratego and not chess.
Ah, that's true, that's true.
Yeah.
It would still be a fun game, but
Winter needs to come and let us know about that, Mr. Grandmaster.
Winter's overrated.
Well, Batrider now building towards that next Force Staff. It does feel like right now that Blink Dagger has really come in spades. The fact that they were able to take down that Wraith King at the start, obviously he came back towards the end of it, but not able to really make his presence felt. And I'm not sure, has the armlet been finished off yet? I hadn't seen
No,
it
it's
pop
close,
up on the
but
right.
it's not there yet.
Yeah, nice timing there to pick it off before they're able to finish that.
That might be it in the courier now, actually. 3, 2, 1. Got it.
So does Lion...
It's all about the TA, especially with that build. Like you max the crit, you go for armlet. It's not like a pure farm build. You're not just gonna sit back. I think you're also playing into LGD's hands anyway, to be honest, with that approach. But Wraith King ult's gonna be lower level than it could be otherwise. TA is farming exceptionally well. Like IG is definitely still in this game. It's a tough TA game if she's the only one. They have the Chrono. Again, like, they have so much control for her. All the things I said about Wraith King apply to the TA as well. Even if she gets a BKB, they've got a lot of BKB piercing abilities, so she has become the real king.
She's the queen, man. Come on, that's so easy. DD now up. Oh my god, that's actually petrifying, honestly. The DD up on the TA. Does she have... She does have Blink, I want to say. We'll see in a second here, but regardless, this tower is down in a second or two.
She doesn't have her Dezo yet, so, I mean, Blink's okay here. You can dodge Chronos pretty nicely. But, Zeus is so good against Blink Daggers that
Oh, Courier's got items. Meanwhile, things are happening mid.
Treads, Vlads.
It's been a really weird game.
I'm just paranoid at this point. Lex has been casting for like 14 hours. I was like joining his games when I wasn't even casting.
Chat, give him energy.
Give Lex your energy, boys. Here we go. DDC is down, and now the fight truly begins. The battle. They know it's all about the TA. Can they bring him down? He's alive for now. Now he goes down. It's Siler with the triple. Oh my god, not again. 4, about to be 5. Triple and more. Burn him. Roast him. Toast him. Goodbye.
My god.
And with that, iG.Vitality's chances of winning this group down the shitter.
What good are Sun Tzu quotes when you're on fire? Like, seriously. You talk about strategy.
That's a quote right there, by the way. That is beautiful. I love that one. Oh, jeez. And I mean, honestly, there, the Gyrocopter able to get the call down on 4 both missiles, and then all of the flat cannon shots coming out. Like, even if he doesn't do a ton of damage per hit, if you get all of them on 4 heroes, like, that's how you do it. And, I mean, Terrorblade, who, it doesn't matter. He's playing so well.
It's not just that. It's also I don't know. I have not felt the Wraith Gate in this game at all.
Yeah.
I mean, usually around level 11 is when you get a little bit more active.
Yeah, but you go Armlet build, you're
Street set.
delaying your level 11 by quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
Wraithkin farms really slowly.
Oh my gosh,
God.
that's stacks. That's LGD's winning like on that alone. Like, no matter how much you nerf stacks, it's still going to be the most efficient way to do anything. And the way the Batrider's been able to accelerate his farm, the gyrocopter now getting so much, I feel like it's going to be really hard for iG.V to bring it back. And Zeus is going to have a Yules in just a few hundred gold, and it's showtime at that point.
Yeah, he is. He's exactly where he wants to be. So, do you think BKB is going to be a good next one there for Mr. Gyrocopter to try and really put the nail in the coffin, or is it sort of a different one, that possibly going back for a bigger style item?
BKB isn't that good this game. It does main thing it deals with is the finger, but like the bigger issue is if he gets insta hexed or just blown up by the TA physical damage. So I think just like general carry gyro items.
Yeah, SNY for sure.
SMY, Satanic, Butterfly, just anything that gives you more raw stats is probably like the safer build. Also helps you farm better, which is generally the Sylar way. So if they want to try and high ground, then he definitely should be KB. But
They have no incentive to do that. They can control the map for a long time in their current position. Battery Haster in Bottle 2. That could just win them the next fight.
Oh my God. Force staff completed also, just in case, and they're all getting into position now to come and defend this, but rest of LGD is here, and it looks like, at least for the moment, Void doesn't want to do it. They're going to back on out, play the safe route. Boo!
3,500 gold on this gyrocopter.
Huh.
that's clearly a naked rapier.
Obviously. That's the only option. I mean, you have that much gold, you have to buy a Divine Rapier.
Only a trash can would not do that.
Like that was just straight out of 6.86 patch notes. You have that much gold. All
other items
all the
are
items are
unavailable
disabled.
for purchase.
Your only item options are Enchanted Mango and Sacred Relic Demon Edge.
Exactly. That's beautiful.
That's how it plays out.
It's the no passive play. That's what you got to do. Exactly.
They are about to get a blink here on the Lion for iG.V. It's pretty late, but still, to me, very big against a very farm gyro. Even the Void, like Void, even more than the gyro, the Void is very vulnerable to blink initiation. And that Vlad's build that apparently is all the rage right now in China it doesn't really help you against a blink hex finger.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue against it because we see it like 90% of the time, but I don't know if that's the best build. I think that we're going to see more optimal.
What was the build
Void
last
builds.
game?
I mean, still probably something similar.
No, it was
Blink Dagger then Vlad's.
Yeah, I really think the blink is better than the Vlad's Rush.
Sure.
Because you can go in blink, like your main goal, especially this draft, just get the chrono off.
Yep.
I will say we've been on Zeus's portrait for like, I don't know, 5 minutes or something. We haven't clicked on another hero yet,
It's
but
just so shiny, dude.
he's going to be able to finish off his Yule Scepter. And
What
now
a
checking
sexy
it out.
beast, that remodeled Zeus.
So
Brian!
he went for the Yasha and then afterwards on over into the BKB. So Helm of the Dominator completed and the 3-man smoke. Zeus is a little bit further behind, but still will have that Thunder God's Wrath should they happen to run on into a couple of heroes here and
Thank
looking
you, Brian.
for the catch. Oh, nice. Yeah. 6 to 9, 69. Almost 20 minutes.
Oh, that's Weave Smoke is actually going to break it out. RGK's got a great chrono, though.
Here we go. Jumps in off the bat. The Zeus ult comes out. RTK, can he get anything off? Finger, see you later, Void. But still they go in. Sylar trying to be the one-man wrecking crew. Can he get the job done? Bobo caught. Down he goes. They've lost the Wraith King, the Lion as well. But still the fight looks okay. Now the stun, the vacuum, the wall. Beautifully placed the heal bomb on top of it. That's like the ideal combination if you're ever going to see it for iG.Vitality, giving them strength and life. But they blink in more, looking for the additional follow-up stun. Wraith King committing fully. Then he quickly and immediately regrets his decision.
No grave. That
And
grave.
now it's all up to TA. Lassoed. How the hell was that not used before? Well, no, she's dead, and
No grave that entire fight.
they're probably all dead.
No grave for the Wraith King. No grave for the TA. Like, the Dazzle has a really limited range, so it's all about like coordinating movement. But they needed that grave so badly if they were going to actually pull that forward. The weave was good, but the grave just wasn't there.
And I think that that's the biggest thing, is that when the fight gets that crazy right at the start there, it's so hard to get the communication correct. And maybe if you have different ideas about what it is that you want to do, you end up going a little bit too far forward. Maybe you don't end up following quickly enough. And overall, it just felt like that it wasn't enough coordination coming out from iG.V, and LGD was just perfectly prepared for it.
RTK is just so patient. Like he's just sitting there holding the lasso. Like that was
No, it's maybe.
Or sorry, maybe. But I'm sorry.
RTK gets all the props.
Okay, I'm the first one to flame RTK. Let's be fair.
All the props, all the flame.
Oh,
He's
but
everything.
catch now, BKB,
When maybe
call
dies,
down?
I'm going to flame RTK.
They're going to be able to chase again. And Wraith King, there's the nice surge away. They are going to get the flame break, weave offensively, but that's just going to scare them off.
But the
for a
Batrider
second.
play of that fight was absolutely immaculate. Like, he just sits there, he holds the lasso the entire fight. The only hero that matters is the TA. No one else is going to snowball the fight and win it for them solo. They can always kite the Wraith King. The lasso wasn't even used for, like, what, 15, 20 seconds? Then it comes out, TA's dead, fight's over.
Looking pretty freaking good, and I mean, the graph shows it all. 10K net worth right now,
Whoa.
experience,
Fantasy
everything else.
Your buttons are working.
Doubling up the kills, but more importantly, it's the objectives. And, I mean, also that graph. I mean, 13,000 net worth on this gyrocopter versus the 9K roughly on the TA. And then the next highest is going to be 7K on the Wraith King. And while he does have his crit and, you know, the healing that comes out naturally, to me at least, it feels like they are in a nigh unwinnable position.
Well, Sylar has 14,000 net worth. As Gyro, who's been fighting all game.
Yeah, man. He's pretty good at the game.
New meta, just farming creeps and right-clicking heroes. It's unheard of, but it seems to be working for them.
I actually think this patch is way more comfortable for LGD as a team.
Mhm.
At the moment,
I think maybe's been incredibly impressive with his versatility as well. Like last patch he played, like if you go back to the start of TI5, the group stage,
Yeah.
the game that always stands out to me is the game where LGD played Cloud9 and maybe just literally won the game solo as Ember with a Blink Dagger and a Rapier, like
Yeah.
very naked, very risky. When nobody was doing that, now like Blink Ember, Rapier Ember is very common, like especially without an Aegis.
Mhm.
But he won a game like that out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, maybe he's like the star of the show. Sylar's playing second fiddle. They've completely flipped the formula, and they're playing even more solid, if anything.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, maybe he still gets his job done, but in the end, Sylar's the one that gets the most profit out of it.
Yeah. I think maybe he's a little bit younger as a player, perhaps a bit more easily molded. I'm not sure, but they seem like even more comfortable than at TI with this setup.
that takes a lot of integrity and like sort of maturity to be able to accept that role as well, to drop back and play a little bit more of the utility, not be the star of the show. But if they end up winning, then all props to them. So
You don't want RTK to yell at you.
Yeah, sure.
I've seen him yell.
really,
It's loud.
Lasso?
Speaking of loud, hearing a lasso coming out. There we go. Dazzle going to get picked off. Probably the worst place for a Dazzle to be. Usually you want the carry to be in front of you, you be behind him. But in this case, wrong. Has to just tank the gank.
well, these things happen. Dota 2, ladies and gentlemen, and the Blink Void looking for his capability to find the initiation. Lasso's going to be down for this next fight, but Chrono most definitely up. And depending upon the initiation angle, it could be really devastating for iG.V. At least for now, with the Manta popped also, the damage is just
He's got an
unreal.
armada. This pirate ship is just going across the ocean. No chance.
Yeah, not only the best Smash Brothers Melee player of the year, but now expanding his reach into Dota 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sylar
Marches up.
Commodore.
Man of many talents.
Absolutely. And this is the
Armada
slow siege.
Sylar marching up to the high ground. They throw the they throw him out there, and he'll back off. He'll play it safe.
The thing they need to be careful about here, obviously, is the jump into the back and being able to get a big vacuum wall followed up by, like, just, Lion does have his Blink Dagger. I'm correct in remembering that, right? I think that he did get it up
Yeah,
by
he
this
got
point.
it a long time ago.
So you get the vacuum wall into, like, an Earth Spike onto the back line, and that could be devastating. So they need to keep their eyes out for it. That's really the big way that I feel like iG.V are able to win this next fight.
And that's essentially the Zeus's job. We haven't really seen much at all from the Zeus. He's died a couple times, gotten some good items, but really it comes down to counseling Blink Daggers. If he sees that approach coming, gets a Thunder God's Wrath, disrupts it, and then in that moment of hesitation where like, oh, we actually can't move, the Void finds a Chrono, you win the game off of that.
Well, they don't need the damage from the Zeus ult either.
No,
Like, they have so much. extra damage from the Witch Doctor, the Gyro, the Bat.
You got
Even
three-
the Bat is hurting a lot for 26 minutes in.
Yeah, you got 3 or 4 blinks you can cancel with just one Thunder God's Wrath. So the refraction will probably be on. So I think TA keeps hers, but the other 3 are gone.
Not for long.
Yeah.
With this matchup, refraction is
Oh, he's actually
gonna
just
be
drops
tough.
it for the scout. Sees them all huddled in their base, hiding. Gyrocopter.
Really well played there by iG.V, recognizing that that could come out, and they all back on out. Nobody gets lassoed.
well, the Sylar pirate ship.
Avast. They've taken the high ground.
Yar, mateys!
Yeah.
It's time to conquer my next prize.
So cool.
Your wenches.
Jeez.
They're mine.
Oh my god.
Sylar is insatiable, dude. He's got
Yeah?
17k net worth, and he's like, I want more gold. Give me
I thought you were
creeps,
going to
give me
talk more
gold.
about his wenches. I
His
wasn't sure
wenches
about that. Oh god, the blink back, looking for the opportunity.
There is no escape from Sylar. There's only surrender and defeat. Seriously, like every game I've seen Sylar, always at the top of the net worth chart, always the most kills, always the most gold, always the most creeps. He has not top fragged in a single game.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, the piece that they could go for here is the Ion Shell down on top of the Wraith King. It makes him deal out much more damage over time, and of course being able to get on in there, and this is going to go around the back line, almost able to take him out. Oh god, nice Yules there, keeping him alive, and meanwhile the vacuum wall not doing anything. They lasso on up as well, but I don't know if they're going to be able to find the kill. A lot of damage as the line has already fallen, but everybody on LGD is still alive. Witch Doctor ultimate coming out, 3 heroes already dead. Oh my goodness.
The Dazzle had to grave himself there and then dies with Thunder God's Wrath anyways. Just a little bit of patience there from MMY. Cleans it
Oh,
up.
hey, Roche.
Yep. That's
Hey, buddy. How you doing? We won't need you.
No. They've got it covered.
Laugandie got this in the bag. So LGD, honestly, as expected, this team, if there were more invites, would have definitely been them and Liquid next to. I don't think anyone would debate that. I think you could still make a case for either of those teams over Alliance. They're going to take this game. iG.Vitality will put up a great fight. They'll get a finger kill. Maybe they even killed Sylar. They're already down 2 Rex. But, I mean, LGD is definitely going to have to throw a couple games to not win this qualifier.
Goodness. Well, and not really afraid to run into it. Gyrocopter still has the Aegis, too. Like, it looked for a second there like it was going to be close, but again, as soon as you've got the Aegis up and you can run forward even if you're hexed up, it doesn't matter. And back up to full health again.
Boboka!
The buyback on the Lion.
Oh, man, Lex is losing it. I don't blame him.
Game is hard.
It's kind of hard to watch this much brutality in one night.
Yeah, let's just get the pacifism. Look at the squirrels in the trees there. There we go. The
Even the
GG.
squirrels can't take it anymore.
Well, GG ends up getting called, and
Yeah.
I mean, iG.V, they put up a good fight. It was a good couple of showings. I felt like in the first game, they put up a bit of a better fight. This one, it never really felt like LGD were out of the driver's seat.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go and look back at the replay and see what happened with the Darkseer, because he didn't get any CS. Yeah, obviously he didn't put any pressure on the Gyrocopter. Witch Doctor is good and scary if you're near one creep and the cast can bounce and set up the Rocket Barrage, but he lost the lane a lot harder than I expected him to. We saw a lot of what happened bottom lane, but it just didn't build enough momentum for the Wraith King. And, of course, now we see that it just maybe... And Sylar, they take over the game very effectively. So really good performance from them. Clean sweep through the group stages. And I'm actually curious if anybody in Group B is going to fare better than what we saw from Group A.
I doubt it. I mean, we talked about it. They were close to getting the direct invites, and it felt to me like they were sort of the clear favorites. So time will tell. We will see. You excited? Rest of the qualifiers, they're coming up soon. You're actually heading away in a second or two, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm getting benched, but I've heard we've got Shane coming on.
Okay.
You know.
Coolio, that guy over
I don't
there.
know what he's doing over there. He's
Me.
like probably cooking meth or something. That's what
Fair.
skinheads do in America. So
Only when he's in America,
he's
though.
here. He's cooking meth. Don't worry about it. But we're hopping over to Europe momentarily. I believe Navi has just begun their match versus HR.
I'm
So
excited.
we'll probably
Awesome.
we'll probably have a short break, but we'll have a short break. We're going to restart the stream, then we're going to come right back for European action. Guys, don't go anywhere. You're watching the Shanghai Major qualifiers. Stay tuned. And ban Sylar.
Definitely.